then I must go home and I must create 2 new pieces of business. If you would apply that rule always, you will always have business on your calendar. But what happens is that we get a show that cancels, or we don't get any bookings for whatever reason, and we don't take any action. And then it just keeps compounding. Just like good things compound, bad things also can compound. And then you wait and wait till your next party to dig up some sales. And some bookings. So we're gonna talk about what you could do right now, some ideas that will get you some business on your calendar. All right, so a couple of ideas. First of all, I'm going to start out with one of the biggest things that's been helping my team, especially my director team. And this was also tweaked and presented to our team by Candace Prescott. The same girl who did the goal setting also presented this idea. And it's a simple one, and it's called Deal or No Deal. All right? And so what she did is, it's a Facebook game. And she created a board that says Deal or No Deal, and she has 16 or 18 little sticky notes, 1 through 18, let's just say. And underneath each sticky note is a prize or a product. All right, so how many of you have seen the show Deal or No Deal? You know, there's cases, right? Kind of goes along like that. So the first thing you're going to do is make up your board. And so what are you going to put under the board, under each of the numbers? Under 1/3 of them, you put a very small free gift, free Season's Best, free buffalo rub, whatever you've got in stock that's small and mailable. You don't want to be giving away big stuff, it's got to be small and mailable. Under the other 2/3 are prizes like extra $25 and free when you book an August party, extra something you might have in stock, brownie pan free when you host a party, free cooking show, everything that would relate to having a party. And you're thinking, well, this is nothing I do. I'd offer my right arm if somebody would have a party. How many of you post on Facebook over and over, hey, I'm looking for hosts for August, I'll give you a blah, 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 and you hear crickets. Nobody is responding back, right? Well, we think that part of the success of this is that people like to take a chance. They like the game, they like the fun, it's something different. So one key is that you have to build some hype for this. So you post a picture of your board like a day before you're going to do your game, or maybe 2 days. Hey, stay tuned. On Sunday night, 8 o'clock, come back to my group, and we're going to be playing a fun game called Deal or No Deal. How many of you love to gamble? How many of you like some fun? Come back, and you might tag some people, but you build a little bit of hype. You might say, tomorrow's the day we're going to play Deal or No Deal. And I was not a believer in this, because I don't do this kind of stuff. I don't do games, I don't buy lottery tickets, I have no luck, I would win nothing, right? I don't do this kind of stuff. So it was kind of like, I thought, okay, whatever. So let me find out from my team that's here, who has done Deal or No Deal? All right, I'm gonna start with Jeannie. How many bookings did you get?
6 or 8.
Karen? 5. All right, well, keep your hands up. Janet? 6? 4? 6? 3? Anyone else? All right, they're sitting home and spending 1 hour on the computer, and that's the numbers of bookings that they're getting. Would you like to get that kind of numbers of bookings in a little silly little game? All right, so then you're gonna play the game. And all the people do is pick a number. And they post on the feed what number. So let's say Sue picks number 3, and then somebody else says 5, 7, 9. So then what you do is one by one, you start at the top. Am I right on this, Sarah? You message the girl and say, okay, under number 3 is $25 an extra product when you have a party in September, deal or no deal. She gets the choice. If she says no deal, she can pick one other number. The number that she didn't take stays in the rotation, because what tends to sometimes not get picked might be the one for having a party. So it's important to know that that stays in the rotation then. It's still available, right? Mm-hmm. So then when a number is gone, hold that thought. Just when a number is gone, you say, okay, number 3 is gone. Okay, now let's answer the question about the picture. Janet, what?
I did take a picture. Like when I instant messaged them back, I took a picture of it so they could see that it was the number, you know, like see a number either side of it and what was underneath it.
All right, so you text them or Facebook message them a picture of their choice.
It's very important
It was
to do that, to send a picture, because then people are like, oh, she's not just pulling that out about, oh, you got $25
No.
So you want to show them what they got. But the great thing is with this is that it can be no deal. I mean, if they don't want to have a party, nobody's going to twist their arm. Okay, so my thought was, oh my gosh, nobody's going to pick the party ones, or if they get them, they're going to constantly say no deal. Well, what the girls who have run this thing say is that it's quite the opposite. Because you kind of feed them, tell them in your wording that, hey, under some of these squares is $25 worth of extra free. Under one square, there's a grand prize of a deep covered baker or something big. And they'll get the prize that says a free season's best, and they'll message back and say, oh, no deal, I wanted one of those that you got the free with the party. How many of you had that happen? Okay? Nancy Jo.
No, like a free deep covered baker that's only if they go to the show.
Oh, very true. All the big prizes. Come on up, Stephanie, if you want to check.
1,000. I just submitted a virtual show for $1,133 yesterday. It was from the Deal or No Deal. I had a 2-quart rock casserole in my inventory, okay? And she picked that, and I said, but she's in Colorado, I'm in Michigan. And I said, well, I mean, I can fly out there, but whatever. So she's like, okay, well, what do I gotta do? I said, we have a virtual party, it's $1,000 in sales, I'll send that out to you. She was motivated, like that boom for her. She's like, oh, okay, you know, and that was it. And she talked, it gave her a big motivation. And I got 3 bookings from that. One's a cooking show in Michigan, because someone participated from Michigan, even though it was 10 o'clock at night. And then 2 are virtual parties, one in California, where she was like, how much did she get? And then someone's thinking about signing, and so it was like a big motivation. That Deal or No Deal is your ticket. That's your ticket right there. It is, for sure.
All right, so the other thing that I heard from girls was that people that never would book before, friends, family, customers, that they've asked and asked and asked to have a party, were booking parties. So you have nothing to lose. Everybody who's done it has said you must try it. You have nothing to lose. If you got 3 bookings, would you be happy with 3? Anybody would be happy with 3.
You have to be home to do it, and I'm not home most of the time.
So
I did
that
it.
is
It was a train wreck.
1. Now, we have a video of Candace explaining it, but I've not been able to figure out how to make it public. Do you have it?
It's on YouTube. It's up on the PCT training.
All right, so great. So this
It's on my
video is
YouTube channel
on-
right now.
But you're gonna get it on PCT
Yeah.
training. You've gotta watch her little video. It's 7 minutes long. It'll explain exactly how to do it. Exactly. So I want you to try it. And I don't want you to, say, oh, I gotta do this next week. I need you to do it Sunday night. Go home and get it set up and do it tomorrow night. Deal or No Deal, and my friend Janet called it Let's Make a Deal. And it was, it doesn't matter, it's a deal. So that's one idea. That's one idea.
Old show.
Okay.
Do you remember it?
The next idea for you is one to post again on Facebook, and this is just to garner some interesting parties. Someone posted just why this is making so much feedback. Someone posted. Someone posted about putting a picture of 25 mini catalogs on Facebook. Did anyone take credit for this? Was it your idea?
It wasn't mine. It was Connie's. I told you.
Connie Flora?
No, Connie Busher, one of my
Connie,
directors.
okay, on her team, posted a picture of 25 mini catalogs. So take a pack of mini catalogs, fan them out, take a picture of them, and post. I've got 25 mini catalogs with a sneak peek of everything that's new for fall that I need to send out. Can I send one to you? So you get all these people say, yes, me. Well, if somebody wants a mini catalog, now you can private message them and say, I got it on the way to you, Susan, but you know what, I have to ask you, it's my customer service month in August, last 2 weeks of August and first 2 weeks of September. What would you say to a free cooking party? What would you say to a party with a free blah, blah, blah? Use every opportunity to connect with them because they've given you permission, because they said send me a catalog, they've expressed interest. It's a warm audience, okay? It's just kind of breaking the ice, much like Nancy Jo's idea to send them a postcard when they're an old lead. This is a reason for you to get those mini catalogs out. And another thing you could do when you send the mini catalog, if you didn't message them, would be to put a coupon in there that said, turn this in for a free cooking party in September, I'll bring all the groceries plus a free brownie pan or whatever. Okay, so 25 mini catalogs.
Marna, One other thing that
Yes,
Karen
please.
Winter did was she created a letter that went along with the mini catalog of the top 10 reasons to host a
Is
Pampered
that
Chef cooking
posted
show.
on-
I'll post it all on PC Team Training.
How about putting
So-
in there top 10 reasons why you should host a party with Pampered Chef in September?
It's really
I'd
cute.
love it.
It is
What's
really
cute
cute.
about it is she's like, your rock rock needs a sweater and different stuff like
Oh.
that. It's a cute post.
You got, Susan's got one.
Oh, I am so
I know,
sorry.
you're fine, honey.
Another idea to get business right away is, again, make some calls or on Facebook. What we like to do is post every once in a while, who do you know that needs a fundraiser? I try to donate my commission to 2 groups every month and search for fundraisers. Now's the time because fall is coming and you could get some fundraisers started. Many girls get them started like right away. You know, you get a group and be creative about who you're offering a fundraiser to. Do you know someone who's going on a mission trip? Does your child have a class trip? Is your child in sports? Because the way we do our fundraisers is we write the personal check. We don't use the company fundraiser. There is nothing illegal about donating your commission. If you choose to do that, that is perfectly legal, right? So you can donate your commission to whoever you want. You can collect orders on their behalf. You can be the host. You get to keep the free stuff because you've collected the orders with their help and you're giving them your commission. Get a cute graphic about fundraisers and look for fundraisers. I just saw another group that is doing kids cooking camps.
Love it.
Kids cooking camps would be
Just not my
something
kids.
where you would put together a package of product and each week or each month or however often on a Saturday morning or whenever you want to do it, these kids would come with a pre-purchased package to your house to do cooking. And the girl who showed it on Facebook, they were cute. You know, I think it was called like Eat Your Art or something like that. Wasn't it that? And she had all kinds of cutesy things and we can investigate that further. But you have to offer that. Now, like say you've got a friend who's really into her kids and she just has no time to do a cooking party. Many times if I say, oh my gosh, does Tiffany love to cook? Let's do a mother and daughter cooking class. They almost always will book. It's a great way to get a booking for a person who might never book in another party. You could also take that idea and offer a monthly cooking club. Bobby Bolton on Nancy Joe's team runs with cooking clubs. She runs them 10 months out of the year. She gets 10 women who want to learn to cook together and they take turns being the host. So every month, one different girl is the host and each girl has to at least spend $15. I think I would make my buy-in $25. $30 a month. They can come to the event and one girl is the host. So you've at least got a $300 party, but she says never is it that low. It's always,
They can invite other people that night at their event.
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
yes, so when it's your turn to host, then you would bring in outside orders and you would also invite other friends to come. And you're guaranteed a party every month. The girls then choose a theme, and she says that every month it could be Mexican, it could be, she's done even really exotic types of food, but she just takes Pampered Chef recipes and lets them cook. And you can either host them all at your house, or you can rotate between the 10 girls who sign up, and they all have to make a commitment for 10 months, and they all have to commit to $30. But if you've got groupies, think about the people that love to come to your parties, but maybe they can't afford everything every time. They love the social aspect of the party. Put on Facebook that you're forming a cooking club. Call it a whatever. You could do a couples cooking club. And for $30, they get a full meal for heaven's sakes. It's awesome.
So the $30 is they need to purchase $30
Correct.
product?
Correct.
They don't just pay you $30?
Correct. That is correct.
They send in the order.
Karen asked who pays for the food. It would usually be the host that is hosting that month. Whoever is going to get the host rewards would purchase food. I think Bobby also helps kick in on the food, depending on what your budget is, how you can do it. All right. Another thing that we've been tossing around on our team is the thought that every single month, the last week of the month, or the first week of the month, you should have some kind of party of your own at your house, something that you can invite all those loose leads to. And it could be the last week especially, if you had a party on your calendar the 25th or the last Monday of the month, let's just say, and you go to your parties and you have a list of all your upcoming cooking classes at your house and somebody can't book or whatever, and you have a little paper that says, every month I have a cooking class at my house, I'd love to have you come to mine in August, here's my dates. get the people at every single party invited. This way you're reaching out to not just your family and friends to come to your cooking, whatever you're doing at your house, but imagine if every month you had something at the end of the month, and all throughout the month, you're inviting your customers and hosts to come and share a class with you at your house. Sue Stein is the queen of clinics. She told you about her batter bowl clinic. This girl's had mini muffin pan clinics. She's done edible fruit arrangement clinics. She's done brownie pan clinics, every kind of clinic you can think of, to get people to come to her house every month to keep them connected to her. And who do you think that they go to when they need Pampered Chef? It's always Sue, right? So if you had a calendar and you've got a house, you should be able to host a party each month. Even if you've got 5 people there, girls, it's better than not, and most likely you're gonna get a booking from one of them too. So have a party at your house and advertise it all month long. Pizza party too. Karen did a pizza party, and she made 3 different kinds of, we called it a pizza clinic, and she made 3 kinds of pizza: a dessert pizza, a grilled pizza, and a baked pizza. And the people do the cooking. It's just a hands-on show. But just gives you an excuse to get people at your house and get them to see some more product and book parties. All right. Another idea is to, how many of you love the all-purpose pot? You're thinking, this is gonna be a great seller. All right, I'm gonna be brutally honest, I'm not a huge fan of freezer meals. I'm just gonna be honest with you. I don't like frozen, I don't like to take meals out of the freezer and eat them. It's not my thing. I don't like the taste of it. I don't like all the mess it makes at my house with all these people. Get out of my house, you're making a mess. But I did find a great idea that Nancy Jo developed how many years ago? And what did you call it? 10 at a time. And what did I call it? 10 at a time. All right, so we took Nancy's idea. Nancy's idea is this: you would prep like 5 pounds of ground beef, or you would prep 5 pounds of chicken, and you would freeze it in single packages, okay? So the ground beef would be ground beef, garlic, and onion. So you teach people how to make up that base, and then you provide them with the recipes to take that out of the freezer on a busy day and how to make food. So Nancy, do you want to share with them why you developed it? Sure. And then I got the whole pass up. Sorry.
I realized when I was going out doing the show, I was giving my family a frozen pizza, and I was going out cooking for other people. And I said, you know what, that's just not right. So I developed 10 at a time to help me be organized, to stop wasting food. And it literally is a grocery list that you literally put down, 5 potatoes, 2 peppers. How many of you throw out food at the end of every week? Fresh food. How many of you want to eat more fresh? Right? Everybody wants to eat fresh, but we overbuy, or we're missing 2 ingredients and we're running into the store for 2 things, coming out with 2 bags, right? Does anybody go in for what they exactly bought? I mean, no. Most people don't. Most people don't. You do. You're the exception to the rule. Okay, so by being organized and using this, you make out a menu, and then you make out your shopping list. You go shopping in your cupboard and your freezer first, and you mark off any of the ingredients you already have. If they're in your cupboard or your freezer, put an X or write on them what you're going to use them for, so someone else in the family doesn't use that can of refried beans when they're making tacos. When you have adult people in the house that cook more than you do, you gotta do something. And I really encourage you to clean out your freezer and your cupboards this way first. When you make out your shopping list, I want you to take and use that as your master. And you can rotate this. If you do it 2 or 3 times during the season, you're only eating the same food every 6 weeks, every 4 weeks. And you're putting the meals together that your family likes and the way you want them to eat. That's what I like about it, because you're the originator of the grocery list. Now Marna has done something up for you with the all-purpose pot, so we're really excited to hear this. But the reason I did it is because I wasn't feeding my family well on the night that I was going out and doing a show. But what it ended up doing is I was saving an average of $200 a month on groceries. Because I put everything through my credit card, so I know exactly how much I spend. on groceries, and I was saving an average of $200 a month when I cooked and shopped this way, and I was throwing nothing out.
All right, so I took, Love Carpenter had been tweaking this concept of Nancy's, and so I took all the recipes and chose the ones that I thought sounded really yummy and developed and just tweaked them so that they would be for the all-purpose pot. Because how many of you would like to sell the all-purpose pot? So if we can sell the concept of you get this pot, I'm going to give you these 10 recipes, you could have a party and we could show your guests 2 of them, or you could do a clinic at your house to get the ball rolling. Now another thing you can do, instead of doing a freezer meal workshop, you could have a host, you could say to a host, why don't you go ahead and get the 5 pounds of ground beef and the onions, and I'll chop it all up and I'll cook it for your guests, and then we'll put together one of these recipes. It's just a demo. You'll put together one recipe, everybody tastes it, and then everybody has a craving for what you've got, and they're going, oh my gosh, I need to do 10 meals at a time. But like Nancy said, we're trying to provide a service, trying to teach people who don't know what the heck they're doing in the kitchen how to get a meal on the table. So rather than create the whole meal and freeze it, you're creating the base. And wouldn't you agree that sometimes the hardest thing is getting the ingredients together and having the meat done? So you do all that up front. So let's look at the pieces of it. The first pages are just the recipes. The base is the ground beef, then we've got zesty tacos, mom's lasagna, taco soup. You know what? 1, 2. Hold on. Oh. You know what? I'm missing a page of the beef recipes. I can't believe it.
How many
I'm
pages?
going to have to post it because there's 2 more beef recipes. I must have missed 2 pages in my copying at the copy store. I did all these dark copies. I'm so sorry, kids. There's 2 more. Ay. Don't ever send a monkey to do a man's job. It's just ridiculous what I do sometimes. There's going to be 2 more recipes. 2 more. I will make sure you all get them. I could either post them on that page that it's the all-purpose page. Then I've got some recipes like chicken tortilla soup, chicken parmesan soup, hot chicken casserole over rice, chicken enchiladas, and chicken tetrazzini. These all sound delicious to me. Don't they all sound good? Like, these are things I want to eat. All right, so here's Nancy's menu planning. The next sheet is the planning of the menu. Now, you don't have to eat 5 ground beef recipes in a row. You could, like in a 10-day period, you could do, alternate days, whatever. So this is where you're going to plan your menu. And then the last page is, let's say you're doing these 10 recipes, sans the 2 that you don't have. You would make a master grocery list for that particular 10-meal grouping, and you keep it then. And like Nancy said, then once you write it up, you keep that master, and then every time you want to do those 10 recipes, you pull out your master, make a copy, and then go through your cupboards to see what do you still need to purchase and what do you already have in stock. And there's a kabillion recipes out there for ground beef and chicken, right? So then you can teach your customers, hey, next time we'll come up with 10 different recipes. But anyway, I just thought it's a great time of year to try to do this kind of thing. You could just go to your next party and say, oh my gosh, I got a new party for you. It's called 10 at a time. How many of you would like to have 10 ideas of what to make for dinner in less than 30 minutes with our new all-purpose pot? So that's what that's all about.
All of these are made in the all-purpose pot.
Yes, all of them are in the all-purpose pot. Some are on the stovetop, and since it's oven-proof, some go in the oven like a Dutch oven.
Spaghetti is
At a
amazing.
party, you have the host do 5-pound burger. You cook up the whole 5 pounds. You make 1 recipe, but the other 4 pounds you never just freeze.
Correct.
Okay.
Imagine how happy your host would be to have those 4 1-pound packages.
Just that all-purpose pot, I boiled 9 corn on the cobs in it the other day, and I was able to boil 3 pounds of pasta at one time.
Isn't that amazing? It's a beautiful pot.
It's bigger than stock.
I want the recipe for the shrimp linguine.
Yeah.
Jeez. And another idea, of course, is the last thing I'll share with you before we move on, because my half hour's up, is the idea, did someone say Marna? Is the idea that you go out every week with mini catalogs in your purse, and you must give out 10 every single week.
Yeah, I've done that.
And if you give out a mini catalog, what do you need to get back? Info. And tell me how you might get their info. Okay, and what do you do then, Kathy? Give them a prize drawing slip?
No, you would ask them if you can get their information.
Uh-huh.
Because you're using a drawing.
Okay, so you're using a plain sticky note to get their information. Anybody else do it any other way? What would it be like if you had a little prize drawing slip that was a sticky note that you could stick right onto the mini catalog, so that when you handed them a mini catalog, you had a little note that says the Pampered Chef, and it's just a miniature version of your prize drawing slip. Wouldn't that be handy to have?
$20 off.
Would it be handy to have like right now? Yes. Should we give them some, Nancy? All right. So we've got. You've got your 10 mini catalogs, your packet, your prize drawing slips on a sticky pad all ready to go. So there's no excuse. So how many of you have to drive home, and maybe you're going to stop somewhere and start right now, right? Let's ask our fabulous hostess, Nancy Jo Ryan, because she provided all these beautiful gifts. So Nancy, can you tell us about how we can get more of these?
I have more. I order them like 2,500 at a time to get the cost down low. So if you guys want to order, let me know how many you want, or if it's enough, I'll give you.
About how much are they a pad?
They're $1 a pad, so 2 sets of sheets.
And how many are on the pad? How many are on the pad? So maybe if any of my team wants to get some of these, we'll get an order going before Nancy leaves. And Jamie.
Last year on Black Friday, I made up over 100 of these, and while everybody was standing in the Black Friday lines, I was literally just going down, handing these out. They're in lines, waiting anyway. You can do so much business on Black Friday shopping. My sales for November and December were really good last year.
Did you get their information though?
Yes.
Would they fill it out?
Absolutely. They're standing there, you're just talking.
Would you mind just sharing the words you said, like, you know, here's a lady with purple hair handing me something. What would you say?
No, I would just go up and I was like, you know, while you're standing here in line, I'd like to share something that I'm really passionate about. I'm with the Pampered Chef, and I would love to give you this little mini catalog, and if you could just give me this information back, you know, you can do all your shopping with me online, in person, we can have a show, and they would just go ahead and fill it out. And then it was just like, oh my gosh, can my friend have one too? And it was just all passed down around, and I was just going from store to store in the mall doing free gifting.
You had an awesome November, December.
I did.
Like how awesome? Like, what did you jealous?
I think it was, well, I mean, I'm not a 10,000 sales girl, but I think I was between like 7,000 or 8,000.
That's a great month. Very good. Thank you, Jamie. Yes. Okay. Oh, what else is here is a come join us book, right? Oh, 3 of those. All right, so, and you do this every week, so I would suggest on Sunday night you load up your purse. That's your day to put your new ones in. If you've got leftovers from the week before, they have to stay in. You have to get rid of them that next week, because you'll never make your goals if you always just fall short. Virginia? Oh.
I did mine in the mall.
Yeah, so you weren't in an actual store. They were standing outside the store.
Exactly.
Maybe inside a store, there's a solicitation rule, right?
You know what, Marna? Can I give you some statistics?
I would love some.
So if you think about it, there's 52 weeks in a year. So if you starting tomorrow, if you decided that the challenge is to get rid of 10 of these a week, at the end of the year, you'd given away how many? 520, okay? So if you religiously did that at the end of the year, 520. Now, if only 20% of those people decided to host a show, purchase a product, join you in the business, that would be 104. Would you be happy with 104 new leads, new consultants, new bookings? So you think about that. That's the number.
10% did it, you'd have 54,
Right.
52.
How
And
would
we're
that
still
work?
happy. Would you not be happy with 52?
That's exactly right.
So,
2 shows a week is, if we're taking 2 weeks off, is 100 shows a month. I mean, a year.
100 shows.
100 shows a year.
Very good. So, so that's going to be something. It just, I think, Again, everything has to become habit, and what people tend to do is they try it for a day or two and go, oh, no, I guess I'm not going to keep doing that. And a lot of times that we've been in the business a long time, we think, oh my gosh, I used to do that. Why did I ever stop doing it? Okay, so try that. The last thing I want to share comes from Sarah Klein. And Sarah, I told you yesterday, I believe, that she offers a lot of incentives to her host. So this is a host special incentive sheet. I took hers and then kind of tweaked it. There are 3 bonuses that she offers to her host. The first one is receive 30 extra free products as a gift from me when you have 250 in outside orders before your show. Show insurance. You know, if somebody gets $250 in orders, you've got to show no matter what ever happens. Second incentive, receive your choice of one of these 3 products when you have 3 shows booked within 2 months of closing your show. So this is going to push 3 bookings within 2 months. And you will notice these are big gifts. However, they only get the gift if the 3 parties hold. They only get it at the 3rd party. A deep covered baker, the stainless steel mixing bowl set, or I put on the entire set of the classic scrapers, which is 6 of them. It comes to $67. Now remember, you're always ordering these at the host discount, you're getting your commission, so you can almost always figure it's going to be half price. So even the most expensive thing on here, you would be forking out a little under $50 for 3 bookings. If you could go to a store and buy 3 bookings for $50 in the next 2 months, would you be willing to buy 3 bookings? Most people would. And again, you might get 2 bookings and you're happy as heck with 2 and there's no gift involved. It's just with 3 within 2 months. And then our 3rd incentive we spoke of yesterday, receive unlimited half-price items as a gift from me when your party sales reach 1,000. Stephanie offered a rock crack for a $1,000 party, but there is power in numbers, and that $1,000 level is a beautiful place to be. Because your hosts are very happy. Happy hosts tell other people, oh my gosh, you've got to have a party with Cassie. I got 215 in free. I got all kinds of fun stuff. She's going to tell her friends, plus you are going to have great sales always. So do you like that, or could you tweak something like that? Thank you, Sarah.
No problem.
Thank you, Sarah. All right, so hopefully you've got a few ideas about what you could do to get some business now. So, let me see what we're going to do. We're going to break out into some sessions now to give you a chance to chat with peers. So, we're going to break into 4 groups, plus Nancy Joe's people who might want to just talk with me regardless of your level. Okay, so the first level is consultants who have been with the company less than 1 year. So who are my consultants who've been with the company 1 year